Okay, guys, this is Joe Parks. I live in Katy, Texas, pastor of Foursquare Church called Focus. And I've been listening to your podcast just a little less than a year, and love all the stuff that you guys do. So I want to give this a shot here on just looking at what's been happening over the last decade, and I'll tell you just some of my thoughts on these different things. And the first one is the best album of the 2000s to me, 2007, Radiohead, In Rainbows, just simply because of the brilliant marketing scheme that they did. We had all these people that were stealing music left and right, the Napster debacle, and continually ripping people off. And so here these guys come out and say, "Ha ha, have it, pick your price." And to be honest with you, although I've listened to some Radiohead music, I never owned any prior to In Rainbows. I got that album for $5, and I've become a fan since that time. So great move on their part. What's the best book in the 2000s? Now, this is personal preference for me. Best book for me was, and it was kind of difficult to do this. I try to do a lot of reading, and mostly just on trying to help me become a better person, better man, better leader. And this book for me, Andy Stanley's Visioneering 2005, is a great book, especially for a pastor like myself. When we planted this church 5 years ago, visioneering is really engineering a plan for the vision that God has given you. It's all taken out of the book of Nehemiah, and he just did a terrific job, and we have really been able to implement those in this process of this plan. So great book for us, for me. Best film in the 2000s. Yeah, I agree with, I think it was Mark that said, the whole trilogy of The Lord of the Ring. What they were able to do there, the on-location filming, the model, the scales, the special effects, the cinematography, just amazing with how they could take those three books and bring them to life on the silver screen. It was just fantastic. What's the best television moment of the 2000s? When you say moment, I think live, and for me, I think live over the last decade. 2002, the Oscars, Halle Berry winning Best Actress was pretty darn amazing moment. In American history, as far as films are concerned, and her emotional acceptance, response to that, the humble response to that, what it meant to her and what it meant to so many other people. So that, I think, absolutely. And how significant it was, being that 2 years later she's the worst actress in Catwoman. Who is the entertainer of the decade? Entertainer of the decade. Boy. Listen, I am just a fan of this guy, Justin Timberlake. Entertainer of the decade. Right? Once this guy was able to say bye 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 to the band in the early 2000s and get out and start that solo recording artist, putting out just hit after hit and bringing sexy back. But the guy is a great entertainer, not just a singer and a dancer, but an actor. I mean, SNL appearances, blank in a box, says it all. A great entertainer, just entertaining to watch as he performs. Best entertainer this past decade, Justin Timberlake. Thanks, guys. I really do enjoy your show. And by the way, I was going to close this whole thing out with some, T-Pain app mix of Mailbag, Grab Bag, and, Corey's Kid with the whole, Jack and Jeff, I'm awesome. But I figured you probably already heard that 100 times. So bottom line is, I'm just done.